Pull up, like Matumbo to Kembe. Chop the product like a sensei. I been with my same ones, my day ones from 6th to the 10th grade. In the belly,
Hello everybody, my name is Bruno, probably more known in the Long Island Gaming League as The Hood. I welcome you guys to our session where I will be speaking basically regarding streaming, online gaming, and tell a couple of the known influencers, probably the bigger ones that have influenced more, and you probably recognize most of these names. But just to start off, just to let you know a little bit about me, I am a part of the Long Island Gaming League. I am co-host of the Long Island Gaming League podcast, and also I am a part-time streamer. I stream on Twitch most of the time, well, all the time. Mostly for first-person shooters is my main game. I have personally been playing video games since I can remember, maybe since I was 5. My first outside of arcades was the NES, and then I just built from there to Super Nintendo. I did dab a little bit in Atari before, if you ever heard of the Atari. Of course, you have heard about it because it has been spoken in class. Also, then I pushed over to PlayStation, dabbed a little bit in PC between, and most recently, in about the last 2 years, I switched over from PS4, and mostly right now I am always on PC. So that's basically my forte. That's enough about me, I think. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an introduction to the origins. Just to let you know, I am probably not going to be speaking about all the platforms because there are a lot of platforms that are Chinese specific. They're specific just for China, and we don't, I can probably tell a couple of names, one or two. I have never heard of them before myself, so I think it's a little bit irrelevant. But I'm gonna start give you a little bit of an origins on streaming, and then we'll work our way from there. So basically, I don't think I need to explain what video game streaming is. I mean, it's something that is a part of more a part of the younger people daily basis. Basically in a nutshell, streaming is when you not when you record, but you actually put your video game experience online, so on these platforms that we will be talking about, so other people can come and watch for whatever amount of reasons that they may want to, from trying to better themselves by looking at people that are more experienced in the game, to just to decompress from the daily, from the everyday school, work. A lot of people also use that as a little bit more of a stress relief, or just to to talk and to see people, and it's almost, you can consider it a way of life, put it like that, because a lot of people do live this, especially the people that do this for a living on full time, which is, it's going to be strange. You might hear it a lot, but it is considered a job. The people that do this on a daily basis, it is a job to them. They put minimum 8 hours into it, and at least 5 to 6 days a week. So it is a job, and they get paid for it through, multiple ways, through subs, to partnerships, to, multiple ways that they get paid for it. Instead of getting a paycheck, they get their money through multiple ways. But just to give you a little bit of a back story, Um, you know, at the beginning, people usually were using streaming as, to show not so much actual gameplay, because back in the day they weren't so much worried about playing, just playing the game for playing. It was more, people at the beginning had more of an intention of showing walkthroughs. They would just walk through the game, which probably you would consider it a, oh, I'm missing the word. Um, Not so much speed running. Difference between just a walkthrough and a speed running. Speed running is trying to complete the game from A to B, from A to Z actually, in the least amount of time. Walkthrough is basically walking you through every step of the game, every mission, how to get to the mission, how to complete it, kill bosses, stuff like that. Um, Nowadays is different. People don't. There's not so many people doing walkthroughs. They'll just play their game, and you know, some of them have the intention to show players how to get the best out of it. So the others don't. Um, so basically, it was born in Japan, of course. They had a uh, this was actually before YouTube. There was a TV show in Japan. It was called Game Center CX. Where they would invite over um celebrities to you know play various games with them. And basically, that it was a TV show that they that is how back in the day when there wasn't not so much the internet, but when there wasn't internet the way we know it now, when it was dial up, or even before that, when it was very little used. They used it on TV. That was probably the first time. That was the first time that streaming was done in a different way. The internet at the time, they basically used it just to get the reaction, feedback. That was basically it. Nowadays, you have the streaming, that you have the chat room. People can talk. People can uh, speak with the streamers at the same time. They can give their feedback. Back in the day, that didn't happen because it was a TV show. So the internet was basically, you know, just for feedback. Uh, then in 2010, there was a channel that was launched on YouTube by a gentleman called Felix Chelberg, who launched a channel called PewDiePie, which where he showed, like I spoke before, game walkthroughs. That was basically his thing. Um, and he's basically considered one of the fathers of streaming uh, through YouTube, of course, at the time, um, but not so much live. It was more he would make his videos and post them there, but from that specific point forward was basically when streaming started to evolve. Uh, um, a little bit just the actual term, and just for you to have an idea, um, the term streaming was born in 2007 on a forum that was called Something Awful, um, where there was a gentleman by the name of Michael Sawyer. You probably never heard of this game, but he was trying to pass a game called the Oregon Trail. Um, and that's basically when the name streaming started. And it's just been a stamp in this type of thing. The exact word that they used at the time was let's play. Now the difference between actual let's play and streaming is the whole, you're live, you can communicate with the streamer can communicate back to you. That's basically the definition of video game streaming. Any type of streaming, that's what it is. Um, But the actual word streaming basically came when there was a so-called platform that went by the name of Twitch.tv um, when it was launched, uh, which I can give you the exact, not exact date, but it was launched in, oh boy, I had it right in front of me. Twitch.tv was launched June 6, 2011. So you could see between 2010 and 2011, um, things were growing. With 2011, June 6th was when Twitch.tv came out. Now, for those of you who do not know, Twitch.tv was not always Twitch.tv. There was a video blogger by the name of Justin Khan and three of his friends that they would broadcast their lives online on a channel that was called Justin.tv. Um, by the time Twitch came out, their ratings on Justin TV had gone down, so they had to try to innovate. They were just showing their way of life, and that's when they came up with this whole thing of to try to attract more people, and that's when they changed the name of the channel to Twitch, and started streaming, broadcasting video games. At the time, if I am not mistaken, was League of Legends that they were broadcasting on accent, if I'm not mistaken. But then you started having other platforms like YouTube, most recently Facebook. Um, you had one platform that was started January 5th, 2016, called Mixer, which actually July 22nd, 2020 was when it totally shut down. Was run by Microsoft. Um, you know, that's probably those are the more known ones. YouTube with coming up with the whole YouTube gaming channel now. Facebook having Facebook gaming. Microsoft at the time when they were started losing all of their viewership on Mixer, they partnered with Facebook, shut down Mixer, and now actually Facebook and Microsoft are partners in. Although it's a part of Facebook, but their partnership, Facebook gaming, has to do with Microsoft. There are other platforms. There's one called Stream Broadcast, which is actually owned by Valve. Valve, for those of you who do not know, is the company that made games like Half Life, Half Life, Team Fortress, Counter Strike. They have this. It's called Stream Broadcast, which, if I'm not mistaken, is how like, for example, PlayStation has its incorporated um, streaming way to stream directly onto Twitch. It's their way of doing it. You have D Live, Trovo Live, and then you come with the Chinese ones, which are more like Huya Live, Nemo TV, uh, and there's a couple of others. But it's like I said, these are more Chinese specific. It's nothing. The more common ones is Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Mixer was also one of them, uh, but it did close down last year, and most of their streamers transferred over to Twitch, where you have the example of, for example, Ninja, which I don't think anybody knows who Ninja is. Probably one of the most iconic and most famous, or more celebrated, most known throughout the years streamer, with his light blue hair, and all his characters that he has specifically made for him in basically every game that he plays, from Fortnite, on and on and so forth. But yeah, that's basically, the platforms that we talk about, that everybody basically knows. Um, so I mean, the evolution of streaming, like I said, to come from where it was, excuse me, to where we are right now, it actually has come around, especially with the whole entire how am I gonna say, with the whole entire incorporation of certain esports leagues, and actual gaming companies coming out with their own Twitch channels, YouTube channels, so on and so forth, but mostly Twitch channels. Instead of you having to go watch like a video feed of it or try to find it somewhere on their webpage, now they actually stream it directly onto one of the platforms. So it actually makes it a little bit more accessible for, the everyday gamer or player or spectator, let's put it that way. Um, if you're not able, for example, let's say you're here in New York and you know that there's a tournament in Los Angeles, but you can't go there, they'll have it streaming. You can still go. So it plays more to the it plays a lot more to the actual fan, because it actually gives the fans and the spectators more accessibility to not just the games, not just the esports teams and tournaments, but to the actual streamers, influencers, um, which I am going to give a couple of names. Some of you, and there's a list of top 30. I'm not going to go through all 30 of them. I will probably give you the most, to me, and in my gaming experience, probably the ones that, some that most influenced me, others is just the name itself. Um, you have, for example, at top of the list, you would think it would be one or the other, but it is a streamer that goes by the name PewDiePie, uh, which, like I said before, was the one that had the PewDiePie TV. He's a YouTube streamer, and at the moment he has 90 well, as of 2019, he had 90.1 million YouTube subscribers. Um, like I said, his name is Felix. Um, he's a gamer and commentator, best known for his humorous Let's Play videos and vlogs on YouTube. As of February 2019, his channel has received over 20 million video views. His Twitch account has also queued 1 million subscribers. So he is a Twitch streamer, but also his videos on his YouTube channel. To YouTube alone, he has 90.1 million. Moving down the line a little bit, we have at four. We have keep in mind this is as numbers as of 2019. There are the numbers now are a little bit different. They're just not updated. And there has been a lot of changes recently. A lot of streamers have moved over from one platform to the other. A lot of streamers have left Twitch to go to YouTube. So things kind of are changing. You have spectators that moved with them at the same time as you have spectators that are going to other streamers. So the numbers right now are very crazy. I would personally say probably in the next year and change, when things kind of settle down, that we can actually see actual certain numbers. But at number four, we have Ninja, which in 2019, his YouTube channel alone had 21.8 million. For those of you who do not know, his name is Richard Tyler Blevins. On Twitch he has 13 million followers. He's probably more famous for Fortnite. Although he plays other games right now, he actually plays League of Legends. Um, he started when he was younger. He was into Halo. Halo was probably his first game streaming. But I think he's probably one of the more bigger influencers as of right now, regardless of whatever number he has, because he's a household name. Um, you have then, I would say, let's see. Oh, we could throw in a female at 8. Sniper Wolf. Her YouTube channel has 14.8 million. Her real name is Ali Marie Schlesh. She's 26. She's British American. She's a YouTube gamer, not Twitch. So keep in mind, she is YouTube, not Twitch streamer. Her online alias is combination of her original channel name, Sexy Sniper, and Sniper Wolf. So her name basically is SSS Sniper. So it's 3 S's and then Sniper Wolf. Her probably one of her main game was Metal Gear Solid. For this was an older game, but yes, that was the game that she basically started. Then we have at 11 we have another one, which is his name is TFue. For those of you who don't know, he was a part of FaZe Clan, and he at one point had left FaZe for whatever personal reasons, but he is a Twitch streamer. His name is Turner Tenny. He's 20. Well, right now he's 23. He is known as the best Fortnite player in the world. He did beat Ninja at Fortnite. Although, most recently, for everybody that knows, he did lose a final to Bugga, the young gentleman from Pennsylvania, the one that in the tournament, the $3 million tournament. So I that also comes to show you that age isn't everything and experience isn't everything. You have a young gentleman, if I'm not mistaken, he was 13 at the time, destroying one of the best players. And then you have Shroud, also a Twitch player, Twitch streamer. Then you have others. You have Tim the Tatman. You have Summit 1G. You have, like I said, Tim the Tatman. You have female also Pokimane. You have Dr. Disrespect, which is probably one of my biggest influencers. Dr. Lupo, and so on and so forth. So it basically, just to kind of sum it all up. So basically, streaming started as a TV channel. Not exactly, well, the beginning of streaming was a TV channel. Then shifted into a YouTube channel. So basically, streaming is the evolution of what now every streamer basically does, which is they stream and they'll edit their video and they'll post it on YouTube. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. There was no streaming. They would just post it straight to YouTube. Times change. So basically, like almost everything, streaming started TV, YouTube, when the internet started being a little bit more widespread, not so harder. When things were getting onto the internet was a lot easier. When dial-up wasn't a thing anymore. When broadband started. When the speed started becoming a little bit faster. But yeah, and my tie-in, basically, to tie my streaming experience, I started streaming March of 2020. I am a Twitch streamer affiliate as of right now. Don't have too many followers, but it takes time. So that's the thing about streaming. It's a thing that takes time. It takes patience, but it is all worth it. And I hope that you guys, like your little introduction to it. I appreciate everything, and I appreciate your time. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up or ask your instructor, your teacher. He will definitely be able to indicate you in the right direction. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next Mitchell J. Backus Live.